Hey everyone, it's Andrew. So this is going to be a video for My Invisalign Journey for days 175 to 185. During this time period, I had tray 19 in place and for about 10 days, and then we're going to switch out to tray 20 today. As far as feedback over the past 10 days, I'm surprised it flew by so quick, to be honest. I felt like I was doing my last video like all of like a couple days ago, but it has been 10 days, which is pretty cool. As far as the aligners, nothing significant to update. It fits well. There's no discomfort, no pain. It's just like the normal routine. I found that this aligner specifically was a little bit more discolored than the past ones. It might just be like daily habits or something like that. I did use the cleaning crystals once around day 5 or 6, which cleared it up, but then immediately came back and kind of was discolored, so it doesn't really matter. What I have not been doing is I have not been using the hydrogen peroxide cleaning. So what I'm going to do is go back to using that, just because there is a clear discoloration compared to the prior set of aligners. And when I had the hydrogen peroxide, it did clean it much better. So that's one thing that I'll probably go back to at this time point. So then the only other thing is I'll say that the Invisalign case, I've had issues with this over the past probably 2 to 3 weeks where it broke. Specifically what I do is I wear scrubs all the time, and I put this in my back pocket, so I always sit on a chair and it like gets kind of, I sit down onto it. And so what I ended up finding happening was, we'll look up close, but essentially it's got this like clamshell design, and there's this pin that comes through this part, and there's on the black part here there's a rubber piece, and that cracked. And so if you just pull this slightly apart, essentially it'll snap out and it'll slide through that rubber part on the black portion, and in the process this pin will slide out, as you can see here, and it slides out and sits in my pocket. So essentially as I'm sitting down with the aligner case in my pocket, it'll essentially become like offset and slide like that or something like that, which clearly is not functional and doesn't work effectively. You can throw the pin back in like I'm doing now and put it back in easily, but consistently this breaks or comes apart regularly. So I went on Amazon. I'm looking at getting a replacement. I'm kind of frustrated with the fact that Invisalign actually charges you for a new case. It's cheap. It's like $10–12, but at the cost of, I think like I spent like $3 to $4 grand. I don't remember. I'd have to look back at the invoices for Invisalign. It's kind of ridiculous that they're going to charge you more on top of this to get a case that doesn't last the entirety of your care. So I might reach out to my orthodontist just to see if they have a spare case, because really I'm paying them a substantial amount of money and I expect that they can provide a free case. I shouldn't have to pay extra. But if I need to, I'll just go on Amazon. There's a wide variety of cases, but I'll get something like this for like $8 to $10 and get a replacement. And if I do, I'll show you what it looks like in the next video. So that's it as far as the case. The set of aligners, I'll just show you what it currently looks like when it's in my mouth. So this is what it looks like. And what I've been finding is my front teeth here are now overlaid on the bottom one, so I have like an overbite now. And then the other thing, you probably can't see it on the camera, is my front molars, like my premolars here, are now very well aligned with my top teeth, which was an issue I've always had since the beginning of this, and I was worried that that wasn't adjusting. But over the past 2 set of aligners, it's more aligned there, and it's actually flush as you would expect. So that's pretty cool to see, because it's something that hasn't happened before, and just like the minor adjustments from one aligner to the next does make a big difference over time. So I'll pull these out for now, and then we'll show you what it looks like without the aligner. Sorry. And so this is what so that's what it looks like. And my premolars are definitely better aligned as far as like the overall alignment, which is pretty cool. I'm on currently, so I'm switching over to tray 20. I have 32 to go. I do have another orthodontist appointment for like a 7-week checkup after this one. So this is my last set of aligners I currently have, and then they'll give me about like, I think it's like usually 5 packs for the next 7 weeks before I see them again. So after my next visit, I'll kind of go that route. Sorry, my dog's on camera underneath me. He thinks this is a toy or something like that. So this is a set of aligners for, go lay down, for tray 20. So that's what they look like if you've never seen them before. And then we'll throw in the bottom ones and then the top ones. The bottom ones, as I kind of expect, I don't see much change. I think that's just stabilized at this point, and now they're making adjustments to the top of my teeth. Immediately, as you can tell, once I throw these in, I pick up a lisp, my speech is affected. It's pretty apparent, and I notice it for 2 to 3 days after putting these in. But once they kind of sit better, that kind of goes away. So every 10-day period, you have to go through this like speech lisp period where you find yourself talking and slurring your words a little bit, just out of the nature of it. And then as far as comfort on the top teeth, there's some tightness along the front, like here, like the front teeth there, and then that's really it. I don't feel any tightness anywhere else. But that usually improves over the past, like the next couple days, as the aligner gets like better fit. But they're well aligned with my teeth and fit pretty well, and we'll just show you what they look like. So this is what they look like new. And that's what they look like. So, so that's all I have for days 175 through 185. This is going to be tray 20. I'll have my orthodontist follow-up appointment before the next video, so we'll definitely check out that and see if there's any updates from that end, and I'll definitely follow up as far as the case and what I find online and what I decide to end up replacing it with. So if you have questions about Invisalign or anything like that, just post them below. I'll be happy to answer them, and definitely subscribe so you can continue to follow this My Invisalign journey. Thanks for watching.